Hello guys, it's about 4:10 on January the 8th, 2021. I'm walking on down the road in an area of a farm that I call a mountain. And if I turn around here, you can see behind me. It's pretty it's pretty, and you can see quite a bit of ways away. The reason I'm making this video is I just have this sense that 2 days ago that the confirmation by Congress of Joe Biden being president and the events that happened prior to that has gotten everybody shaken in this country and unsure of what is about to happen. Well, I was listening to a message by a guy this afternoon, and just it was a message about his life, but he said something about the coming back of Christ. So I looked that up, and I just felt like I needed to make a video of and kind of talk about that a little bit. You know, and that in the first couple of verses, I believe it's First Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 1 through 5, I believe. It talks about there's going to be things that are shaken, and it's not talking about earthquakes, it's just talking about people in general are going to be shaken in their beliefs and all, but or at least that's the way I've taken it. Man, it's cold out here. It's like 34 degrees out here as I'm walking, so it's quite chilly, and the wind's blowing about probably 7 or 8 miles an hour, so you may hear the wind on this video, but nevertheless, you know, the way this country is headed is headed for a period of time that we haven't seen before, I believe. You know, in those few verses in First Thessalonians chapter 2 that I'm speaking about, talks about the great falling away of of the church, not just people, in general, but the church as well. And that is that's hard for a lot of Christians to understand, that that's possible when they feel like that they are true believers. As I was saying, there's going to be a great falling away of the church, not just unbelievers, but believers as well. They're not going to endure to the end, like so many times the New Testament talks about of what you have to do. And the First Thessalonians chapter 2 that I was talking about as well, it says that there'll be people that tell you things that are going to happen, prophesying and things like that. And it says don't believe them. And it's what it's talking about is Jesus is about to come back, and I think that's what's already happening in this 2020 year of the coronavirus, that everyone has experienced, whether you've actually had it or not, or somebody that has had it, or it's affected your financial situation, or not being able to see your children, or not getting to go to your favorite place, or just so many things that it's affected. And I think a lot of people are starting to think that Jesus is about to come back, and I just don't believe that's true. In 1 Thessalonians chapter 2 pretty much tells you that there's going to be a great falling away. Well, the great falling away, like I said, is not just unbelievers or people that's never professed Jesus as their Lord. I believe that's talking about people that have said that they've accepted Christ, and they are no longer of that belief for whatever reason that they give. That could be a whole bunch of different reasons, whether they were never saved to start with, but I don't think that's the case, or it wouldn't, the Bible wouldn't say the great falling away. That means that you were part of the children of God. And the other thing it talks about in those few verses is the lawless one will be revealed. Well, who is that? That is the Antichrist. And that's when Jesus, after that is when Jesus is going to come back. Nobody knows when he's coming back, not even Jesus himself. He even said that. So, to live in fear that things are about to get worse, that's not what Jesus taught in or teaches in the Bible. He teaches us to live in peace through him. Excuse me. And to trust in him. And I just find it very timely that I was listening to this guy, something he recorded way back in I think maybe June of 2020, and I listened to this recording or message that he has, and it happened to be 2 days after the the House and the Senate, and even Vice President Pence declared Joe Biden the winner of the 2020 presidential election. I guess my biggest thoughts on what is to come, I think there are going to be some very interesting events that are going to take place in 2021. Just like the 2020 had a lot of events that happened in my life personally, and I think that's quite prevalent that it's going to happen more rapidly as we get closer to the time that Jesus will come back. I'm not going to predict when he's going to come back because I have no idea. But I do know this: no matter what, I trust that he has everything already set for us and has prepared a home for us whenever he does come back, for us to be with him, the true bride of Christ. So I guess one of my points that I'm making about this video is, don't worry about what people are saying that the world's about to end and all of this kind of stuff, because nobody knows. I just know that through everything that we have experienced and will experience, there's going to be a lot of people that say they're Christians and their true colors are really going to start shining over the next while, whether that may be a month, 2 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years, 10 years, I don't know. But you're going to see people that are church leaders on the local level and on the big stage level that are going to turn away from God. And I know that's really hard to see and understand of why or how that could happen. But I guess all I can say is that were they really ever doing it for the right reasons? And I'm talking about a pastor or a church leader of any kind, whether it be a nursery worker or, the senior pastor of a church. What was their motivation for being in the church? Was it really to deceive people? Or was it to really focus on what God has sent them to do? I don't know. Just some thoughts that are come to mind today. I guess that's all I got for the time being. Excuse me. All right. Guess I'll see you later.